Hello, and welcome back to Worldview Connections with Isaac Matthews, this series on morality. We finished talking about the platinum, golden, and silver rules, which create supreme morality. Some have found arguments against some of these. For example, if a sadistic person wants to take this on and say, I'm going to treat people how I want to be treated, then they would hurt other people because they enjoy being hurt. But other than that, that's a rare exceptional of the rule. I think in most cases, I would argue that this is a pretty general, yes, a general thing. It doesn't specify how exactly to act or exactly lay out what to do every day, but I think it should be a general rule of thumb in the sense that you treat people how they want to be treated. So it requires you to get to know people. On our channel, YouTube channel, we have a series on being assertive. So it requires you to be assertive and not let other people bully you or take advantage of you, but also requires you to be assertive and be respectful of other people as well, to make sure that your thoughts and feelings are understood and heard, and at least that your desires are being acknowledged, and that you're able to be assertive and do the things in your life you choose to do. When it goes on to things that you value based on the Bible, things based on Christian, Judeo-Christian culture, we see Dr. Jordan Peterson. He's promoting the appreciation for the wisdom and psychological significance he finds in sacred texts, especially the Bible. He has a whole series on that on his YouTube channel. The principle of sacrifice and the infinite possibilities of our quote unquote divine potential and our having God's image upon us. And you listen to Dr. Peterson, there's a lot of ideas he'll present, but you look at yourself as an individual in the past, now, and in the future, that there's an infinite array of who you are, or an infinite uh, um, versions of you, and that you're serving your future self when you sacrifice. So he's finding a highly intellectual and psychological value in the concepts of these major themes. For example, in the biblical account of Abraham and Isaac, he's not taking it, Dr. Peterson's not taking it in a literal sense that you're willing to sacrifice, make a blood sacrifice, but that you're willing to sacrifice some of the things you could do now for later. And he says that the topic of being responsible, when he speaks on being responsible, that people are silent and he has their attention, that's something, a message that this generation at this time need to hear more of, that people are starving for a greater sense of meaning, morality, and being responsible, that the morality of coming from the Bible teaches you to be responsible. And he talks about how that's a very valuable and powerful concept, idea that he presents, that has, I mean, you can say it's has millions of people enchanted and mesmerized and hypnotized, if you will, even. So he gets to another topic, though, another point that I want to finish off this next few slides on this video. Religion and morality. What is the source of our morality? Can we be good without believing God exists? I'm taking this a little deeper into what Dr. Peterson argues for faith in God to be moral. And he argues from citing Dostoevsky, the Russian author. If you've listened to his lectures, you've listened to him speak and his debates, he talks about this a lot. Communism, fascism, the evils of the 20th century that were not just in Hitler and Stalin, but were in the psyche, the collective consciousness, if you will, of humanity, using some psychological terms there. But he comes up with this term from Dostoevsky's book that in The Brothers, that it says, if there is no God, then everything is permitted. Well, that's a big claim. It's a big statement. So, do you agree with Dr. Peterson, his arguments that you need faith in God to be moral, and that he argues, basically, he's saying atheism will only lead to a nihilistic social chaos, degeneracy, and there's no morality. So let us know what you think in a comment below. Let us know, do you think that atheists cannot be moral? Also, there's a really big point in this where I think about, do a lot of people who believe in God do evil things, though? Yeah, you see people who believe in God, and high percentages of Christians are in prison. So believing in God hasn't kept them from being good, being criminals and doing things that are immoral. So let me know what